Hello everybody, Corey here. I'm going to go over the daily, I'm going to do the daily roundup for the single stock, YieldMax ETFs, and YBIT. Just a reminder, I'm not a qualified licensed investment or financial advisor. I just gather the data and present it to you so you don't have to. YieldMax ETFs are extremely risky. Please make sure you've read through the prospectus, research these, and understand the risk involved in these. All right, so this is for July 17th. So here we go. So here are the trades for the day. You can see here we have trades for AMDY, AMZ, Apple, Coney, GUI, Misty, NVIDIA, and Zomo. Big trades there for Coney. And you can see many millions of dollars there. Same thing with Misty. So I know y'all don't want me to read through all of these, so I will not do so. But it does look like Misty ended up having to pay out $22.5 million today to close out the short calls that they had. Of course, the stock price did actually go down quite a bit today. I do have some NAs here on PayPay only because the holdings haven't downloaded yet, and honestly, I didn't want to sit here and wait forever for them to download. There is one other thing that I forgot. I have my old trades and holdings video. I can see if it's loaded there. So let me look real quick. All right. So I was able to pull it off of another file I had. I forgot to look before getting on here. But anyway, so now you can see all of the net assets here and all of the outstanding shares for all of the YieldMax ETFs. Just sort of glancing here. So it looks like I haven't actually looked at these in a while myself, but we have more net assets in NVIDIA than any of these, than Tesla. And then Coney, it looks like. And then outstanding shares, we still have more for Tesla and then Coney and then NVIDIA. Awesome. All right, so as I go through here, you know, most of you that have watched this sort of know the drill, but feel free to pause this and look at any of these funds that you want to specifically, because I know y'all don't want me to sit here and read off all this data for 20-something ETFs. Here you find the current stock price, the NAV, and the difference between the two. And then we have the stock prices. My goodness, today was a very rough day, especially for the semiconductor stocks. AMD is, I'm pretty sure, the worst one here. Yeah, I haven't looked at this till just this minute, but yeah, I usually only do the ones like outside 2%. That's probably more than half of these. So let's just look at it. We have Abney here down 2%. AMDY down 10%. AMZ and Apple and Coney down 2%. Phoebe down 5%. GUI, MSFO down 2%. NVIDIA down 7%. And then we have Tesla down 3%, with Crash being up 2%. And then, of course, we have YMAX, and Ulti there. Of course, we'll look at these a little bit more. but let's see, these were already adjusted for the distribution. So yeah, these still ended up dropping. YMAG down 3%, YMAX down 2%, Ulti down 4%. So let's look at the underlying over here. You can see Airbnb and AI down 2%, AMD down 10%, Amazon and Apple down 3%, Meta down 6%, GDX and Alphabet down 2%. JP Morgan is actually up 2%. And then we had MicroStrategy down 4%, Nvidia down 7%, ARK down 2%, Tesla down 3%. And then I'm only going to mention Zomo being up 1% because it's the one of the only two stocks that were actually up today. And then we have all the IVs here, if you want to see the IVs for these. And then let's look at the difference here and the underlying. The differences between the differences of the underlying and the YieldMax ETFs here. So JP Morgan did 2% better than JPMO. MicroStrategy, Misty did better by 5%. Let's look at this. Yeah, Misty actually went up 13 cents. That's interesting. I don't know why that was. Because MicroStrategy was over its strike prices. And then MicroStrategy went down, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then we have ARK here. ARK was down 2% and OARK wasn't. So OARK went up 2 cents. Good night. All right, and that was pretty much everything outside 2% there. And then we will look down here. So we had 18 of the YieldMax ETFs that did better than 5, and then 5 of the underlying did better than the YieldMax. So, and then the S&P was down 1.39% today, and the NASDAQ 100 was down 2.94%. And then we look at our recovery data here. I was actually surprised to see so many of these still recovered, especially after everything that happened today. And in fact, we actually had one more recover, which was Zomo down here. And then I've reset the YMAG, YMAX, and Ulti data down here at the bottom. So I put in the closed data as of yesterday, and then you can see today. So here's the thing that sucks, for those of you that bought yesterday, trying to get that distribution, is that today, let's just look at YMAG there. So the distribution was 64 cents. So not only did it drop by the 64 cents, but it also dropped an additional 62 cents. So now it is negative 98% of the last distribution. So you can see the difference of yesterday, 21.31. Today we're at 20.05. The difference is $1.26, with the 64 cents being the distribution, 62 cents being extra. I don't know how many new people we've had that since I've gone over this section before. Again, I don't read through every single one of these. Just pause the video here so you can see the data. I know y'all don't want me to read through these, of course. And then we have, let's see. I was just looking at the top data. Of course, you see a couple of these are blank, but because they haven't had a distribution yet. Oh, and then look at the bottom for those of you that, I know there's been a lot of interest here in Alti lately, but you see today we were at $12.90. So we dropped an additional 51 cents today. And then I don't know what happened, but Phoebe, there was a huge drop with, has been a huge drop with Phoebe, that we're down 267% of the distribution. And MSFO negative 233%. So some of these are having a rough month. I know some of these had a rough day, but all right, I'm going to go ahead and move on. And then that shouldn't be colored red there. I just forgot to change it. But you can see here, these are the maximum strike prices. Some of them have more than one strike price. This is just looking at the max. In this case, we have OARC over its strike price still. I think we had 5 here yesterday. We had 6. And so, due to everything dropping like it did, it's not as bad. But you can see that OARC is over its maximum strike price. Its only strike price by 3%. It's causing the stock to be down 35 cents a share, or 3%, down 3% a share there. And I don't know why this picked up this number, but this is clearly wrong, because that's the long call that expires this week. Yeah, and of course this isn't going to pull the data over, so let's just look at this real quick. Oh, I coded it wrong. That's what happened. All right, so that's what happened, is I just assumed because both of those were this week, but it only has one, which is a 237.50, and we are currently over that by 5%. All right. Okay, and then if we go to our synthetic positions here, you can see those that are over or under the synthetic strike prices. Of course, for our regular ones with our short calls, we want to be over the synthetic strike price, and then those with our short puts at the bottom, our pink ones there, we want the stock to be underneath the stock price, underneath the strike price, sorry. So looking AMD, so let's look at that one since that one went down big time today. So the strike price on that was 185. We were actually close to that. I think we were at 185 last week. This week, I think today or yesterday, we were at like 180 before it decided to drop like 10%. So now we're showing as being underneath that strike price by 14%, or $25. And you can see that's bringing the stock price down $2.52, or 16% there. Let me pull that out just a little bit, zoom it out a little bit in case any of you are going to pause this and look at it. But, yep, that is it Sorry, I was looking at my dad check. If I'd have looked at that, I would have noticed that that I had coded crash wrong. But anyway, hopefully y'all were able to get something out of this. Of course, if you want to see, all of the strike prices for this, for all of the holdings and everything in the trades, feel free to watch the trades and holdings video that does go more in depth there on all of these. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later, and have a great day tomorrow. Bye.